Welcome to Quality Home Inspections. Today we're in a crawl space looking at well components. So we're out in the country and we have a water well. Gray tank, that's your pressure tank. That's your well pump's best friend. And over here is our pressure switch. So this gray box, take off the cover, and this is where electricity comes in, and there's the spring, so water will come up through the pipe here and it'll push on these springs. So these electrical contacts will open and close, and as we can see, this one contact on the end right here is burnt. So we have a burnt, and they burn over time. It's kind of natural, but again, that's why it's a good idea to get a home inspection and a well system inspection, because if you leave that too long, well, you won't have water for the house. So what we're going to do today, we are going to change out that pressure switch. So now we have the pressure switch off. Here we have the old one here, right here. So these contacts, these are going to separate. When there's enough water pressure, these are going to open up and open the circuit so that the pump stops running. And then when there's not enough pressure, when let's say someone's showering, pressure is going to start reducing, and then the contacts will close like they are now, and that'll provide power to the pump. And that's how these pressure switches work, and they're fully adjustable. This spring here, you can set it. Typical settings are 30-50 or 40-60. So if it's 30-50, that means the pump is going to turn on at 30 psi, and it's going to turn off at 50 psi. And then this smaller screw here, this setting, instead of being 30-50, you can bump this one up to, let's say, 30-55. So it give you an extra 5 pounds of pressure. And same thing with 40-60. You could turn on at 40 and turn it off at 60 pounds. This one we're going to set to 30-50, and I'm going to bump it up to 30-55 for this house. And here is our beautiful new pressure switch. So another thing I found during the well test is the pump saver has a small issue. And this is the pump saver. It's kind of the brain of the well system. It's got a capacitor in it, which is like a battery, so that allows the pump to start easier and smoother. And everything looks good. I don't see anything burnt or anything like that. But this one ground is not attached, and that's because the wire is too short. I already have the power turned off, by the way, but so this wire is too short to attach to this ground. So what we're going to do is put an extension on that ground cable and then ground it to that grounding screw there. Again, it's a small detail, but it's an important detail. So we're going to fix that, and so that the electrical will be totally proper on this well system. And during a well test, I do a 2-hour pressure and flow test. But I also do the first hour, I look at all the electrical and mechanical components, because that's what a well system is. It's a bunch of mechanical things that need to work well together with electrical components that need to work well together. So it's important to get your well tested, I'd say every year, because the well was still working. The house was getting water, but the contacts were burnt. So do you want to fix it after the problem arises and you no longer have water in your house, or would you rather fix it when it's convenient and you still have running water? So that's why I believe in preventative maintenance, because your house, it's a big machine. There's lots of parts to it. So make sure you get a quality home inspection. Check out my website, northerncoloradohomeinspector.com.